Is this the Ferrari that will finally end Red Bull's dominance? The Scuderia has unveiled the SF25, and what this car brings could change everything. Before I tell you the details, tell me in the comments, do you think Ferrari will be able to challenge for the title in 2025? Because if the rumors are true, this car could mark a new era in Formula One. The Ferrari SF25 represents a complete transformation from its predecessor, the SF24. The Italian team has implemented radical changes in multiple key areas of the car, with the aim of maximizing aerodynamic efficiency, improving cornering stability and optimizing overall race performance. One of the highlights is the aerodynamic redesign. Ferrari has completely reconfigured the nose and sides of the car, adopting a more compact and aggressive solution that allows for better direction of airflow towards the rear. This optimization not only reduces drag, but also increases downforce without compromising top speed, a key factor on high-speed circuits. The redesign of the side pods is another of the most significant changes. Unlike the previous version, the sides have been modified with the aim of minimizing internal turbulence and maximizing the efficiency of the airflow in the lower area of the car. This strategy seeks to improve the stability of the car in high-speed corners, reducing tire wear and allowing for greater consistency in race pace. One of the most innovative technical changes is the adoption of a pull rod front suspension, in contrast to the pushrod configuration of the SF24. This system allows the height of the front end to be reduced and aerodynamic efficiency in that area to be improved, cleaning the airflow that directly impacts the bottom of the car. The implementation of this solution has been supervised by a technical team that includes former Mercedes engineers, demonstrating Ferrari's commitment to integrating external knowledge to optimize its performance. Another determining factor in the development of the SF25 has been the testing and simulation strategy. Ferrari has devoted much of its resources to the wind tunnel, in order to perfect every detail of the car's aerodynamic behavior before its track debut. This approach has allowed for precise adjustments to be made to weight distribution, diffuser efficiency and rear wing configuration, ensuring that the car can adapt to different types of circuits without compromising its overall balance. The chassis structure has also been the subject of deep optimization. Ferrari has maintained its tradition of using carbon fiber with a panel core, a design that guarantees exceptional rigidity and optimized weight to improve handling. Although engine regulations have remained frozen since 2022, the team has worked on improving the efficiency of the cooling system and on airflow management to maximize performance without compromising reliability. Each of these modifications has been designed with a clear purpose: to close the gap with Red Bull and consolidate Ferrari as a real contender in the fight for the championship. The SF25 is not simply an evolution of the previous model, but a total reconstruction based on the experience of past seasons and on a development strategy that seeks to make the most of every thousandth of a second on the track. The SF25 not only represents a significant advance in terms of design and performance, but also sets out a clear strategy to challenge Red Bull's dominance in Formula One. In recent years, the team led by Christian Horner and with the technical support of Adrian Newey has set a standard of superiority in terms of aerodynamics, tire management and consistency in the race. Ferrari, aware of this reality, has developed the SF25 with the specific aim of reducing the gap and competing head-to-head on every circuit on the calendar. One of the main points of comparison with Red Bull is aerodynamic efficiency. While the RB19 and RB20 have proven to be extremely balanced cars, with an exceptional ability to generate downforce without sacrificing straight-line speed, Ferrari has worked on a similar concept but with its own interpretations. The SF25 features a redesigned nose, optimized airflow distribution and a pull rod front suspension that improves the car's stability without compromising performance in high-speed corners. These changes seek to replicate Red Bull's strengths, but adapt them to Ferrari's design philosophy. Another key aspect in the fight against Red Bull is tire wear management. In previous seasons, Ferrari has struggled in this area, with inconsistent performance on long runs and degradation affecting race pace. The SF25 has been developed with a special focus on this issue, optimizing downforce on the rear axle and adjusting weight distribution to improve stability and reduce the demand on the rear tires. The new suspension geometry and revised aerodynamics also aim to minimize tire overheating, something Red Bull has been particularly efficient at in recent years. Performance on different types of circuits is another determining factor in the fight against Red Bull. In the previous season, Ferrari showed competitiveness in qualifying and on high-speed layouts, but suffered on circuits with long and medium-speed corners where Red Bull had a considerable advantage. For 2025, the SF25 has been designed to be more versatile, with an optimized balance to better adapt to all calendar configurations. The evolution of downforce and airflow distribution on the underside of the car should allow for greater stability in slow corners and better traction on exit, thus reducing the gap with Red Bull in these types of sectors. The engine is another key aspect in this battle. Although current regulations have frozen the development of power units, Ferrari has worked on optimizing energy efficiency and improving the management of the hybrid system to maximize power delivery without compromising consumption. Red Bull has been able to take advantage of every detail in this aspect, with an almost perfect integration between the chassis and the power unit developed in conjunction with Honda. Ferrari, for its part, has made adjustments to the cooling and electronic configuration of the SF25, seeking to extract every fraction of power available within the current regulatory framework. Teamwork and race strategy will also play a fundamental role in this battle. Red Bull has been extremely efficient in making strategic decisions, optimizing pit stops and race pace to maximize every opportunity on track. Ferrari has struggled in this regard in previous seasons, but with the arrival of Lewis Hamilton to the team, a significant improvement in real-time decision-making is expected. The 7-time world champion's experience could bring a new approach to race management, allowing for a better reading of the evolution of each Grand Prix and more accurate decision-making in critical situations. The difference between Ferrari and Red Bull has largely been based on small details that have tipped the balance in favor of the Austrian team. The SF25 has been conceived with the intention of closing those gaps, attacking the weak points of the previous model and seeking to match the strengths of the RB20. The key to Ferrari being able to truly challenge Red Bull will be in the ability to develop and evolve the SF25 throughout the season, ensuring that each update and adjustment allows it to remain competitive in the fight for the championship. Whether Ferrari can challenge for the championship in 2025 depends not only on the SF25 as a machine, but on multiple factors that will influence the team's competitiveness throughout the season. While the car features a number of technical and aerodynamic advances designed to close the gap to Red Bull, success in the title fight will depend on its actual performance on track, the team's consistency in development and the execution of strategies in the race. One of the most decisive aspects will be the reliability of the SF25. In previous seasons, Ferrari has suffered reliability problems with its power unit and certain mechanical elements of the car, which have cost them key points in the championship. Although regulations have frozen engine development, the team has worked to optimize the management of the hybrid system and improve thermal efficiency to avoid failures that could compromise race performance. A fast car is not enough if it cannot complete tests and Grands Prix without mechanical incidents. Another key point is Ferrari's ability to maintain a consistent pace of development throughout the season. In recent years, the team has started strongly in the early races, but has suffered a relative loss of performance as the calendar progressed and rival teams introduced significant upgrades to their cars. Red Bull, in particular, has demonstrated an exceptional ability to evolve its car with each update, allowing it to maintain its advantage over the rest of the field. For Ferrari to challenge for the championship, it will be essential that the SF25 has a development margin that allows it to remain competitive at all stages of the championship, especially in the second half of the season, where titles are usually decided. Race management and strategic decision-making will be another crucial factor. Ferrari has been criticized in the past for errors in its pit stop strategies, tire selection and decision-making in changing race conditions. Red Bull, in contrast, has shown impeccable execution in this area, maximizing every opportunity and reacting quickly to unforeseen events. With Lewis Hamilton joining the team, Ferrari has the opportunity to benefit from his experience in race management, something that has been one of his strengths during his time at Mercedes. His ability to read the development of a race, conserve tires and execute overtakes at key moments could make the difference in the title fight. The performance of Charles Leclerc and his ability to maintain consistency throughout the season will also be determining factors. On several occasions he has proven himself to be a driver with pure speed and great qualifying ability, but his race performance has been inconsistent at times. If Ferrari is to challenge for the championship, it will need both Hamilton and Leclerc to be able to extract the maximum from the SF25 at every Grand Prix, avoiding mistakes and scoring points in all possible conditions. The first preseason tests in Bahrain will be a key indicator of the true potential of the SF25. Although Ferrari has worked to correct its weaknesses and improve its performance on different types of circuits, direct comparison with Red Bull and other rivals will only be possible once the cars are on track under the same conditions. Long-run pace, tire management and the efficiency of the car in different race scenarios will be the first real indicators of whether Ferrari has a car capable of challenging for the championship from the first race. In terms of mentality and organizational structure, Ferrari has also shown a transformation in its approach to work. The arrival of engineers with experience from championship teams, the integration of advanced data into its development process and a more disciplined approach to the execution of its technical plan can all play a key role in its title fight. The team has shown that it is willing to make significant changes to regain its competitiveness, and the SF25 is a reflection of that commitment. Ultimately, the fight for the championship will depend on which team manages to be the most complete throughout the season. Ferrari has built a car with significant potential, strengthened its lineup with an experienced driver like Hamilton and worked on improving its internal processes. However, competition in Formula One is not defined solely by initial performance, but by the ability to adapt and evolve at each Grand Prix. If Ferrari can maintain the necessary reliability, consistency and pace of development, it will have a real chance of challenging for the title until the end of the championship. The SF25 represents an ambitious bet by Ferrari to change its recent history in Formula One. With a practically new design, optimized aerodynamics, a reinforced organizational structure and the addition of Lewis Hamilton, the team has made a clear statement of intent, not to settle for occasional podiums, but to fight for the championship from the first race. The question many are asking is whether all these improvements will be enough to break Red Bull's hegemony. Recent history shows that Ferrari has had moments of great performance, but has also suffered reliability problems, strategic errors and a lack of consistency in development throughout the season. The key to the SF25 being a true title contender will be its ability to maintain its level at each stage of the championship, evolving with effective upgrades and executing impeccable race strategies. The first signs of the SF25's true potential will come in pre-season testing, when the car faces the demands of asphalt and can be measured in long runs against its direct rivals. A fast car in qualifying will not be enough. Ferrari needs to prove that it has the stability, tire management and reliability needed to compete in every Grand Prix without losing ground to Red Bull and Mercedes. The arrival of Hamilton adds a differential factor that cannot be underestimated. His experience, development capacity and talent in race management can be key to correcting some of the weaknesses that have held Ferrari back in recent years. The combination of his leadership with the natural speed of Charles Leclerc could transform the team's dynamic and raise the competitive level in the fight for the championship. The SF25 has the potential to be the most competitive car that Ferrari has produced in the modern era of Formula One. However, the real test will be how it performs under pressure, when faced with aggressive strategies from Red Bull, constant evolution from Mercedes and the demands of a long season where every detail can make the difference. With all this on the table, the question remains open. Will the SF25 be the car that finally returns Ferrari to the top of Formula One? Or will we once again see Red Bull dominate without resistance? Leave it in the comments and share your opinion. If you want to follow every detail of the season closely, subscribe so you don't miss any analysis. In the coming weeks we will see if Ferrari really has what it takes to fight for the championship.